G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. This is season 26, war number 7. We're up against Halcyon. I believe we've fought them before in Alliance 4, but they're a Platinum 2 Alliance, I believe, and we're going to be rolling with a bit of a wacky team. We're going with Dr. Octopus, he's back in the team, and then two of our newest rank 3s in Professor X and Sorcerer Supreme. Now we're starting off with Elsa Bloodstone here. I actually wasn't sure if she was running suicides or not, so I went in with a mutant anyway, and this will be pretty much a free Cerebro charge for Professor X. But I was a bit too greedy in this fight with Professor X's heavy. I thought I could chain a few heavies while she was backed away. You'll see that in a sec. Just bait out special one. We don't want to stay close to her for too long because of the long distance relationship. Once she gets 3 of those, here, that's where it was. Yeah, I thought I could throw 2 heavies, but she was able to punish the second one, so I'm not going to do that in the future. Just going to play it slow and steady. So we're almost at 100 Cerebro. We're almost at 100 charges to get into mind control. We have lost half our health, but that's not ideal, but it's better than dying. And we get it down to 30% with that mind control phase. I was trying to just stay close to her at this point to get some free willpower healing from the weakness debuffs, and we get a tiny bit back, but not too much in the end. So yeah, not the cleanest fight in the world, but she goes down eventually. And that was actually our only fight in section 1. It was a pretty good start. We hadn't died in the first 43 fights, which is really good as far as we're concerned this season. And they'd given up 6 deaths in their first 50 fights. So yeah, we're just looking to maintain that really strong lead heading into section 2. So the first fight is this is a really insane fight. So this is a rank 3 Apocalypse on the Footloose node. So it also has kinetic transference. It can be a scary proposition. We're going to be going with Dr. Octopus with the Power Start 1 boost. We actually don't really need the Power Start 1 boost, but I had a few extra, and it was just for an extra bit of safety. So we're just going to be hitting into his block, get him into that initial power lock, and we're just going to parry heavy. I'm going to try and keep that power lock applied, but unfortunately he hit us into block, and that activated the heal block, which means we couldn't get the power lock off. So this isn't a great spot to be in. I tried to get a heavy in there, but we were a bit too late on the parry. So at this point, I'm not panicking yet. We do get the power lock on there from kinetic transference, but unfortunately he throws a special 2 again. We're able to dex it, but we have to restart again, try and get that power lock up. But we are at a special 3 now, so once that power lock goes on, we'll be able to keep that on for the rest of the fight. Even though he has a special 1, we are trying to bait out the special 1 now, so that when he is power locked, he won't have specials to throw. But yeah, I was just a bit too impatient, and we do go for the special 3 with the power lock on him. So at this point, we are in quite good control, although I am concerned about that he has a special attack ready, and he does throw it right there. But we did get the extended power lock on from special 3, and so once that Footloose ends, we are able to reapply the power lock with the special 1. So now the fight is completely under control now. We don't really have to worry about much going wrong. We're just going to play it super safe, 4 hit combos, backing off, parrying for more 4 hit combos. We did actually trigger Protect on our last hit of our special 1, but that's not a big deal. Doc Ock is very easy to backdraft with against the wall. So we're just going to try and do that to remove the Protect charge. I think we get it off here. Yep. Super simple. And we're just going to be cycling special 1s until he goes down. Did trigger Protect again there, but that's not a big deal. I think we remove it here, yep. So that's only when at the last pivot our special 1 crits, and so you see it, we'll do that occasionally. And this is a bit of a longer fight, but you can see it's super safe with Dr. Octopus. I could have gone for the special 2, but I was concerned about that triggering protect as well, so I just decided to play it safe and just stick with the special 1. And yeah, this was a fight a few of my other alliance mates thought, you know, Doctor Doom or maybe Magic, but then I told him, yeah, Doc Ock is gonna absolutely destroy this fight, and he is. He's arguably one of the best options if you know what you're doing with Dr. Octopus. And so this is the we're gonna be taking 2 fights with Dr. Octopus this war, out of our 6 fights in total, and yeah, he nailed that first one. Okay, so now we're up against Stealthy. This is a super simple fight for Professor X. We will chuck in 1 potion. This is Steady Build Up, Unblockable, and Spry. And I actually am going to let him evade early so we can get a fatigue debuff on us. That's just extra willpower healing. But that's the only time he's going to evade the whole fight, because after that we'll have, you know, 25 of our charges, so he won't be able to evade at all. I'm just missing a few parries here and there, but we're able to get a nice Falter heavy there. He parried that heavy. I was really surprised by that, but luckily it didn't stun us. And yeah, this guy doesn't have much health, so he will go down pretty quickly. We're a touch below 2 bars of power, so we're gonna just go for our mind control right now. We should be able to get off 4 special 1s, I think. Should we need that many? I think we do need all 4. That was the 3rd one, and then the 4th one we'll just finish him off right there. So super clean fight, much better than the Elsa fight, and we gained a bit of health back on top of the potion. Now this next fight was super messy. So I was planning to use Sorcerer Supreme because I knew, well, I could have opted to use a bleed immune champ, but I didn't. I wanted to use Sorcerer for the CGR mini coming up, but I don't know what happened, man. Like I hit block at the start of the fight, like I normally do to parry, but it just didn't. I don't know, it didn't register or something. I was too late. I didn't feel like I was too late, but she just started off the fight with a full 5-hit combo, and that was not good. And she ended up switching into a poison phase, which is also not good because that's going to reduce our healing that we get from when we throw our specials in that phase. And this, I don't know how I mistimed that special 1, but she ended up blocking it, and we ended up eating more. So we've lost, you know, 60% of our health. We've barely taken a dent out of her. She's fully unblockable still. She's not anymore because we lost all the debuffs, but whenever she applies a special 1, she will be going unblockable for 8 seconds. But Sorcerer Supreme can handle unblockable pretty well with her special attacks. She can play non-contact pretty well. And we are healing a bit back from the debuffs, the buff of immunity debuff and crumbling armor, which is okay, but still not in a great position. We're gonna go for the special 3 in our armor phase, so that's gonna help with our regen. But you see, still we've had 3 poison debuffs on us most of the fight, so we're pretty much gonna be healing for nothing. And it would have been a totally different story had there been 3 bleeds, because even with Despair we would have had a decent amount of healing from our own abilities. So yeah, it's a pretty awkward spot right now, but we're just gonna push through it and just keep chipping away at her with our special 1s. And they're doing a decent amount of damage, but unfortunately we're not, you know, healing like we would want to be. And as a result of this fight, we're not going to use a Sorcerer for the it wasn't a Rage CGR, it was the one after that, the Hurt Locker CGR. So we're going to use Professor X for that instead now, since I could use Sorcerer, but that would just mean unnecessary amount of potions. But we got through it, and so we didn't have a great section 2. We gave up 5 deaths, and they they hadn't given up any more deaths since their first 50 fights. So we're still in the lead though, and it was just we just had to stay strong into section 3. Had to boost up so we made sure we nail these fights. There are 2 fights we've taken before. The only thing is I haven't taken CGR on here with Professor X, and as far as the matchup goes, it's not a bad matchup or a good matchup, it's just an average matchup. There's nothing particularly good or bad. I actually did forget about her locker though, and you'll see we actually throw the special 1 first. I should have actually held for a special 3 at the start, which would have been much better, because then I would have gone special 3, then special 2, and then probably special 1. Now here we're charging our heavy, and as we go on, he dexes, and that triggers his 5th judgment. So that was really unlucky there, I think, that he dexed that. So we take quite a bit of degen damage, but we're able to heal a bit of it back up with his armor breaks. But yeah, it was just really unfortunate that he dexed that heavy. And he'd also tried to throw a heavy attack before because we missed a parry. Yeah, so here I throw my special 1, and I could have thrown another special 1 and we probably would have been able to get a heavy off, but I just didn't really want to risk it. If we can just sacrifice a bit more time to ensure the victory, that's much better in my opinion, rather than gambling on being able to get a heavy attack in. So we go for the special 2 here. I probably should have just held for the special 3, but I think I just went for it because our prowess was about to expire, and I just wanted to keep up the prowess for our damage. So we're just going to go for another special 1, I think. And that does, yeah, it's not a great amount of damage, but it's passable. And we're just going to go for our special 2 here since our prowess is almost about to expire, so we can use that to refresh our prowess. Right there, so we just get in the nick of time. And then a few more heavies and he should be going down. Maybe a special 1 to help. So yeah, it was a bit of a weird start with that, with how that degen applied, but we've got it back under control. And it's not the most ideal conditions for Professor X, but he goes down eventually. And it saved us using potions on Sorcerer. So now we've got to fight a Sorcerer ourselves, and we're going to go with Dr. Octopus. We took this fight a few wars ago with Doc Ock, and it's super simple. As long as we nail these parry and heavy attacks leading up to our special 3, we're going to be fine. And ideally she won't even be reaching a bar of power at all in this fight. We use the heavy to remove the power lock, and that automatically reapplies itself through her passive power gain. I just get that heavy in there. I was a bit uncertain from that missed parry before, but we got to the special 3 now, so the fight's even more under control now since we have the extended power lock. And at this point, we're just going to be going for special 1s to refresh that power lock. And she's not going to gain any power at all for the rest of the fight, ideally. Although you'll see that won't go completely according to plan this time. She did a few funny moves that I didn't expect, and it definitely caught us off guard. But as you see right now, we're still in a really, really strong position. Just like that Apocalypse fight, we've locked her power down with the special 3, and we're just going to keep refreshing that with a special 1. She isn't protect, so I can safely use a special 2 without it triggering that. And I tried to land a heavy here, but she decks the heavy. It was just in the nick of time. I was a bit too slow, and that heavy would have killed her because it would have detonated 3 of our debuffs. But yeah, that wasn't ideal, but luckily the power lock reapplied itself as she gained power, and we finished off with a special 2, so yeah, he got the job done. But we actually lost this war. Yeah, it was a really, really poor ending on our behalf, and they had a really strong finish. We ended up losing by 8 attack bonuses, and I think BG3, our BG, we only had 2 of the deaths, but I think the BG2 they're doing some. I think they're going to have some path swaps because not everyone to just be better equipped to take control of wars in the future. So hopefully we'll see better performances from the other BGs because this is the lowest we've been. I think since I've joined the alliance, it was 22nd in Platinum 2. It's not a good spot to be. So we really have to string a few wins together if we want any chance of finishing Platinum 1. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, it wasn't a great result, but I'll see you in the next war.